I don't say this all the time, okay? I don't say this all the time. But I've got a good feeling. I think today is going to be a damn fine show. We're going to have a damn fine good time. Lots to get into, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your stream, to the show, to Wednesday in this year, 2023. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the world. Lots of crazy stuff to talk about. Stuff that I think you guys will be really, really interested in, including this dope shirt that I'm wearing. Maybe you can see his head peeking up a little bit here. I want to show you this shirt, not only because I think it's so fun, but also because it pertains to a big thing that we are talking about today, a big point of controversy out there just in the nerdy community. Check it out. In FEIGE, we trust. And this shirt was sent to me by Expo City. So shout out to Expo City. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the shirt. And it says, in FEIGE, we trust. And in FEIGE, we do trust. Okay? Here's the deal. We're at a spot right now with Marvel and Marvel Entertainment where the narrative around Marvel has changed a lot. And I've seen, personally myself, I just see it more than ever. That's like, Marvel's over, Marvel blah, blah, blah. It'll never be the same. Marvel fell off, FEIGE fell off, etc., etc., okay? And Is it Jim Caviezel? I still don't. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I still don't think Jim Caviezel is a real person. Not to get completely sidetracked, but I still don't think that Jim Caviezel is actually a real person. And I think that Mark was probably just messing with us or lying or whatever. Anyway, okay, let's get back on track. We can't. Let's not get too ADD right off the bat. Okay. Here's the point, guys. I still believe. I still have faith. In FEIGE we trust. Like, literally, I still believe that they're going to turn this shit around, that Marvel's best days are ahead of them. Incredible, crazy stuff, and I want to talk to you about some of it. Some of it's coming in a big video that will probably drop later today about some multiversal updates and things of that nature. But I wanted to get into today talking about San Diego Comic-Con and sort of teasing a little bit of like what I think is going to be happening at San Diego Comic-Con and getting into that with you guys. Because frankly, guys, I think this San Diego Comic-Con is going to be bigger, more bold, and crazier than last year's San Diego Comic-Con. And I think that moving into 2024 and the content past that, like Marvel's going to start to really, really bring it. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. I want to get into that, okay? So we're going to do that today as well. We've also got the Flash reviews. And, you know, I think the main conversation there in the talk of the town is like, is this movie overhyped, basically? Because you see that kind of reflected in a lot of the different reviews. Grant Van Nostrand, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to talk about that. Chris Hemsworth talking shit on Love and Thunder. Hilarious. And so I want to get into that. And there's a ton of other like little things like, guys, we're going to spend a large portion of today's stream going over Rebel Moon. Okay? Rebel Moon. We've got new details. We've got characters, descriptions, all kinds of cool stuff that Zach has been saying about it. Awesome. I'm excited for that. So we're going to do that later on in the video as well. So much cool stuff that we can get into today. I am really, really excited. What are the benefits of becoming a Nerdvenger? Okay, let me answer this question. By the way, I'm so glad you asked. You're definitely not a plant. I need a volunteer. Hey, you, Woski. Okay, let me explain. First of all, first thing you get is you get all the emojis, access to all the different badges as you work your way up. You get access to specific parts of the Discord. Okay, so when we do like Nerdvenger only streams, sometimes the Diamond Lounge streams, if you've been a member for over 6 months, you get access to the Diamond Lounge streams. You get the ability to be on one of the call-ins. We usually do call-ins on Fridays, or sometimes we'll do entire streams. They're all based on call-ins. We'll usually do those like just for the members or whatever, but you have to be a member to be able to get that. You also get 20% off our Teespring merchandise. There's probably other things that I'm missing, and I don't I don't remember. But also, and this is like your results may vary, you know what I mean? Like, talk to your doctor, not hashtag not financial advice and all that kind of shit. But there have been reports of getting a little bit taller, becoming a baller. That cute girl, she will call you. It makes your bank account bigger, your waist thinner, your girth wider. Pause. All sorts of, various things that have been reported out there when you become a Nerdvenger. I mean, look, I've got to be careful legally with what I say, but it is the best damn investment that you will make in your life, period. I was just talking to some people today about, like, how miraculous their life has been since they became a Nerdvenger. So, pretty crazy stuff. While we're on the topic of Nerdvengers, we are doing a Nerdvenger meetup. I'm so excited. New York Comic-Con in October, man. It's going to be a good time that Saturday. I'm still working out the details. Still have a lot of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about as we get closer to that. But in October, we're doing a Nerdvenger meetup. It's going to be a really, really fun time. All you have to do is be a member, and you get access to the thing at night. We're going to do some giveaways and have some trivia. It's going to be a really, really fun time. JJ Limon with the 5 gifted subs. My God. And here's the other thing. We're driving for members, okay? For 2+ years, I have not really spoken about the members a lot. I haven't really talked about how it's the absolute best way to support the channel and the content, and you get all these incredible benefits. So we're driving for members. The next mark is 2,000 members. We just got over 1,000, so we've got a good we've got a good blah blah to go. Okay, but if we get to 2,000 members, I'm gonna do a celebration tattoo at New York Comic-Con with all of you guys. That'll be really, really cool. And then if we get that, we have to get to 3,000 members, because then I'll dye my hair and my beard white and do a video where I apologize to James Gunn. Then I'll do let's just leave it there. Naked calendar. I cannot confirm nor deny that if we get to 4,000 members, I will do a tasteful nude calendar. That might happen. And then I did agree if we got to 5,000 members, I would shave my head. So, technically speaking, if we get to 5,000 members, I will do a nude calendar and I'll be bald. So that'll be great. So if we could just stop right before 4K, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. I would be down. Feels backwards, but you do you, boo-boo. Yeah, no, I would literally rather show my bare ass than shave my head. So there's that for you. Okay. So yeah, now that we've gotten that out of the way and we have a truly awkward start to the stream, let me pause for a moment here and sip some iced coffee. Okay, let's begin. Let's talk about The Flash. Curious, how many of you guys have seen different reviews out there for The Flash? How many of you guys have checked them out? How many of you are out there being like, yo, is this movie really that good? Is this movie really that good? Seen him. I did. Nope. The trash. Screen Rant Goat. People got mad at me for sharing that Screen Rant thing. Yeah, so I want to show you this meme, which I think is great and sort of sums up where we're at with The Flash, okay? So here's 2 out of 5 stars from Screen Rant. The Flash DC middling multiverse movie can't outrun the Ezra Miller factor. And the DC fans who believed the hype. If those kids could read, they'd be very upset. Do you guys get it? Like, I don't want to explain. I feel like if you explain the meme, you kind of lose some of the magic. But like, do you get what we're doing here? You get what we're saying here? Okay, let's check this out. And to be fair, we are only how many reviews in? Like 79? 79 reviews in. There'll be probably like 100, 130 more or something like that, okay? But, I mean, 73 is not terrible, obviously. But it's certainly not the, like, astounding, holy shit, 90 in the 90s, 95, at one point 97, 98% that you were getting with Across the Spider-Verse, right? Pretty wild stuff. So we'll read a couple of positive ones, and then we'll read a couple of negative ones. And then I also want to tell you about whether or not I'm seeing The Flash, because we've had a new update to that. Okay. So let's just start with this one. Casey says, a reasonably entertaining, multiverse-themed superhero adventure. Wow. So that's one of the positive ones. And I got to say, that is pretty generic. Pretty generic. Let's read one of the negative ones. Robert says, white noise fan service doesn't register as anything beyond pointless action devoid of character-driven stakes filled with horrendous CGI. Ezra Miller is the only decent aspect, and I shudder to think how awful The Flash would be without them. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, let's read this one, though, from Jeffrey. It says, feels like the first DC film in a long time, like Superman 2 long, that finds the ideal balance of action engaging plot, likable characters whose default personality isn't shades of brooding with equal parts pathos and fun. Well, that's kind of positive. So here's what's kind of interesting about that. That could actually technically be true, and also not make it necessarily a good movie, because I think that DC has not had like really truly great stuff for a long time. Kind of wild. All right, we'll read one of the negative ones again. Ezra Miller is definitely an acquired taste as the lead character. Perhaps most troubling of all is how much more interesting both the older Batman characters are than the new Supergirl actress Sasha Calle are in support. Damn. Well, I mean, but like, here's the thing. Like, obviously, we don't know for sure because we haven't seen the movie, but my impression is that Sasha, Supergirl, like, that's who she would be. Like, I don't really see Supergirl being interesting because she's like, wasn't she like kind of kept underground and shit like that? Like, okay, let me ask you guys a question. If you've ever read Flashpoint or you've ever seen the Flashpoint animated movie, right? Did you ever think, man, prototype Superman is just not an interesting character? Like, damn, that's just not really compelling at all. Like, no, I don't think so. Like, we all knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, I don't know. That's a weird criticism there. But, all right, let's keep going here. We'll read a couple more positives, a couple more negatives. Brian says, well, The Flash bungles in franchise reconstruction and formal execution. It gets right in fan service and momentary pleasures. Interesting. That's interesting. That's kind of seemingly a little bit negative, too. He's got like a 2.5 out of 4. By the way, who does a scale out of 4? Who does a scale out of 4? That feels so weird to me. But that's good, but not necessarily the best. Don Shanahan says, for as much as all the talk of portending, it should be portending fate, what the fuck, leads to dashing heroics in an extravagant, The Flash, one can slow their roll, step back, and see plenty of hot mess and crapshoot Michael Keaton's Batman was talking about in character. Man, just too many syllables. Too many syllables. I don't like it. I'm going to read a different negative one. While the core conceit of Warner Bros. Discovery, The Flash is solid. The movie's too meta nostalgia plays highlight everything that has gone awry with the studio's superhero movie experiment. Again, bro, like, they're just trying to like flex their word muscles. The hell? Too much Too much word goobly glob muscle flexing. We'll read a couple positive ones and then we'll talk about it. If not for all the baggage, there's a real chance Miller's performance here could have been in the awards conversation. Damn. Okay. I have heard really good things about the performance from Ezra for sure. Kevin here says a morally specious what the fuck movie that's mostly about reflogging the cultural canon of entertainment conglomerate. Man, every time I read these reviews, I'm like, these are the kind of motherfuckers that at school that like would just always they're all Hermione Granger. They're always raising their hands and shit and like volunteering, and it's like overachieving, goobly glob, pretentious douchebags. Oh my god, dude. Like, why do they got to do this? Why do they got to do this? Oh, it's so gross to me, dude. So gross. All right, can we find like a normal person? Like what? Okay, let's read what Grace says. She said, probably not the best superhero movie ever made, but it's certainly the funniest. Ezra Miller is a tour de force with a career best performance, while Keaton and Callie offer fantastic support, reminiscent of classics like Batman '89, Spider-Man. That's a great review. And also, she didn't use any fancy fucking fruity, colorful, stupid-ass language. God damn. Okay, Scott Menzel says, this film is a love letter made by a DC fan for a DC fan. It is abundantly clear that Andy Muschietti loves DC and wanted to make the film that celebrated the DC legacy. Cool. Excited for that. Who else? Where's like the normal peoples up in here, man? E-Man got his review out yet? Doesn't necessarily look so. Okay, so anyway, I think the main point here, the main takeaway is we're looking at 73%. A lot of what I've seen, and I don't know if you guys have seen that as well, but a lot of what I've seen, man, has been like, this movie is overhyped. And let me just say this, too. We don't know where this will end up. I think at one point it was like 69%. It's in the 70s now. It might dip back down. I could see it getting maybe closer to 80. But regardless of all of that, like, there's no way this is the greatest superhero movie of all time. And I think that is kind of, in a lot of ways, what we were billed. I think that's what we were told. The whole idea behind, like, Zaslav and Warner Brothers and even, you know, all of your guys' best friend, professional weirdo, James Gunn, all of their efforts, and, like, Tom Cruise, Stephen King, like, the whole thing is kind of like a laughable situation, but all of their efforts, everything that they've been trying to say to us is that this is like the best movie you've ever seen. This is the greatest superhero movie of all time. And I just don't think, like, just looking at the reviews, that's certainly not bared out. That does not appear to be the case. I was watching, I watched the Real Rejects review. It's like, I didn't necessarily like pick what review, it just, they popped up on Twitter or whatever. I was watching what they were saying. And I think Greg said something like, you know, I kept like judging the movie based on this idea of it either being like a 1 or a 5 or like a 0 or a 10, which is kind of like not fair to the film itself. And it's possible that a lot of people might enjoy the movie more if it, instead of being like, is this the greatest shit ever or does this suck, you know, just looking for a good superhero movie, right? And like, while I understand that take, and perhaps that's fair to the actual product, dude, that's not fair to us, the fans, because I'm sorry, that is not what Warner Brothers has been saying. That is not how they are promoting the movie. I wonder what you guys think about. Like, do you agree or do you disagree with my point here? What I'm saying is, bro, that shit, they did that. They created that narrative. Who, outside of Warner Brothers, has told us it's the greatest shit ever? Who? Like, name the person outside of the company that's been telling us it's like the greatest shit ever. Stephen King and Tom Cruise, right? Yeah, but again, I feel like because that was put out in the trades, well, I guess Stephen King just tweeted his shit, right? But like the Tom Cruise thing is like, first of all, we don't even know if that shit's true, but the trades kind of like made that story happen, right? The Dalai Lama. Oh, yeah, true. True. What I'm saying here is, like, I feel like they told us that. I feel like the studio told us it was the greatest shit ever. And I kind of feel like they said, we realize Ezra may have done some things that you peons out there in the world find offensive for whatever reason. Here in Hollywood, where we are all protected by our 12-foot gates and live these amazing, luxurious lives, we can't relate to Ezra going out there and hurting plebs like you. But what I will say to you, pleb, is that this movie's the best thing ever, so you still have to see it. Even though you have mixed feelings about Ezra, you still have to see it. That's what I feel like Warner Brothers was saying to me. Now, I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, am I even going to see this movie? Should I see this movie? Should I not see this movie? Am I going to see this movie? Okay? And I've been really back and forth on it, like literally yesterday, I was thinking about this and I was like, man, like, should I see this movie? Am I not going to see this movie? Honestly, like, really, really on the fence. Now, here's the thing, okay? Next Friday, and I'm going to say Warhammer a couple times. Don't everybody leave. Come back. Wait, relax. Come back. Hey, whoa, relax. Hey. There's a point to this, okay? So next week, my friends and I are playing a shit ton of Warhammer. All the data sheets should be out for all the new 10th edition stuff. And next week, dude, in fact, I might not even stream on Friday. Okay, I'm going to stream on Friday. But it's going to be a quick one next Friday. And then we're playing Warhammer like all day, okay? And my buddy, he was talking about when he's coming into town because he's like, oh, I could be there very early on Friday. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm excited. Like, let's do it. But then he was like, I was even thinking about maybe coming in Thursday night and maybe we could go see The Flash. And I was like, oh man, that would be really cool. That would be really fun. I was like, I was actually not even sure if I was going to see that movie, but if you come in, I'll see it. And he was like, what? But don't you like have to see the movie because of, the job and all that or whatever. But I was like, I've been really on the fence. But I think what's going to happen is my buddy is going to come into town on Thursday, and he and I will go see The Flash that night. And then that Friday, I'll do like a full spoiler stream, talk about The Flash, talk about whether or not I think it's overhyped, talk about DC, etc., etc. And then go play a bunch of Warhammer. So you can kind of thank my buddy, I guess, if you wanted me to see the movie. Thank G-Lo. Because now I'm probably going to check it out on Friday. So, yeah. It is interesting. I wonder if the movie will tick up or tick down when it comes to the box office. You know what I mean? I wonder if it'll tick up or tick down. Right now, it's not looking like it's doing super hot. And I think these reviews, even though it's early, I think these reviews are going to... I don't think these reviews are going to move the needle. Not up, anyway. They could potentially even move the needle down, because I feel like a lot of people have the thoughts that I have. Where it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said this was the greatest comic book movie of all time. I thought that's why we should all look past the Ezra shit. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if it came in pretty under expectations, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came in pretty high on expectations too. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. And it's kind of wild also how much this movie has in common with Across the Spider-Verse. And I think Across the Spider-Verse is I think it's probably a way better movie. And I think that those conversations are going to hurt The Flash as well. So like in the second weekend, or maybe even in the opening weekend, you might see some like word of mouth discussions where people are saying like, oh, this is the same movie as Across the Spider-Verse, except not as good and more problematic. And that could be the opposite of what happened with Across the Spider-Verse, which was like word of mouth was so strong. so strong. It like propelled and pushed the movie forward in really, really cool ways. So yeah, you just never know. But of course, because it's such a big deal and it's such a big part of like the industry that we cover and whatnot, I wanted to talk about it. Wanted to talk about The Flash a little bit. Wanted to talk about The Flash. Okay. Next thing that I wanted to talk about was Chris Hemsworth talking about Love and Thunder. This was really funny, and one of those situations where you're like, he said what? So it's pretty funny. Let's read his actual comments here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. I bet a lot of us feel the exact same way about this one. Okay, so he says here, in a recent with GQ, isn't it an interview or something? In a recent with GQ, what the Hemsworth addressed those criticisms in regards to Thor: Love and Thunder's silly tone. Similar to the critics, the Australian MCU veteran agreed that his Thor sequel had too much fun. This comes almost a year after Hemsworth stressed that his MCU return would require a significant change of tone. Yeah, I remember that. That was kind of fun. So here's what he said. He said, I think we just had too much fun. It just became too silly. It's always hard being in the center of it and having any real perspective. I love the process. It's always a ride, but you just don't know how people are going to respond. I think he went on further to talk about how his kids were talking shit on it too. How is that not in here? Didn't he talk about his kids and stuff too? Let me try to find that. I swear he talked about his kids saying stuff. Yeah, he was saying, like, I cringe at it and stuff like that. Remember, he's like, I cringe and laugh at it. Maybe that was overplayed or whatever. I thought he said that, no? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. Previous... Okay, so he says, I mean, you look at Thor 1 and 2, and they were quite similar. Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, similar. I think it's just about reinventing it, Hemsworth said in an episode of the podcast, Josh Horowitz podcast. And I've had a unique opportunity, even with Avengers and Infinity War, to do very drastic things with the character. I enjoy that. I like keeping people on their toes. It keeps me on my toes, keeps me interested. And I've said this for before, when it becomes too familiar, I think there's a risk of getting lazy. I think, I know what I'm doing, you know? So I don't know. Again, I don't even know if I'm invited back. If I was, it'd have to be drastically different tone from everything just for my own sanity. And I agree with that. Where's the stuff with his kid? Oh, okay, here he says, even his children's friends criticized the movie to his face. It's a bunch of 8-year-olds critiquing my film. We thought this one had too much humor. The action was cool, but the VFX weren't as good. I cringe and laugh equally at it. I think we just had too much fun. It just became too silly. It's always hard being in the center of it and having any real perspective. I love the process. It's always a ride, but you just don't know how people are going to respond. Man, that's hilarious. And Chris's kids, like, here's the thing that's wild about this too. Apparently Chris's kids and like a bunch of the kids from the people on the movie were actually involved in the creative process. So I don't know if you guys know this, but those monsters, those were actually designed by the kids. They had the kids like draw stuff for the monsters. The kids are all in the movie too. Like Chris's son, it plays young him. Chris's daughter plays Love. And so the thing that's really ironic here, and as a parent, I can absolutely relate to this shit. The kids are the ones that screwed it up, and then they're complaining and saying that the movie sucked and it's Chris's fault. Isn't that wild? That's a very kid thing to do. Like mess something up and then blame the parents and whatnot. Kind of interesting. And I think it's hilarious. I would love to be a fly on the wall of like Chris's kids' friends being like, "Oh, hey, just wanted to let you know Love and Thunder was really bad." And then Chris is just like, "Oh, yeah, it was really bad. Why don't you tell me more?" And the kid's like, "Well, you know, the CGI was terrible. The action was like, kids." By the way, kid's not wrong, dude. Like, that shit sucked. Love and Thunder was one of the biggest disappointments in the MCU period. Love and Thunder should be thankful that Quantumania is as bad as it is. Otherwise, Love and Thunder would be the one that I would remember as like breaking my spirit. Because holy shit, it was horrible. So it's like really funny that he's out there talking about it. But, you know, on sort of a lighter note, in all honesty here, guys, like this kind of makes me like Chris Hemsworth even more. And I certainly don't hold Love and Thunder against him. And I would still really like to see Thor come back. You know what I mean? Like, I would still really like to see Thor come back. And the Taika just went to Taika. And the whole story on that movie, man, is just like, you know, they were in the middle of the pandy. It had essentially just happened. They all thought maybe they were going to die or whatnot. And, dude, they were just they just had way too much fun on that set. He's absolutely right. Crazy stories, crazy photos that came out from that shoot. And, yeah, they made a big mess of a movie and then tried to tie it together in the end. And it is goobly glob bullcrap, right? But it's kind of hilarious to see Chris being this open to it and, like, talking about it. You know? And what do you guys think? Like, I would love to see Thor come back. I wouldn't even mind another Thor movie, to be honest with you. And despite everything that happened with Love and Thunder, it still made a decent amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, it still made a decent amount of money. But yeah, having him come back and be, like, more serious would be really cool. I hope there's some cool stuff for Thor. I mean, even Kang talks about the one with the hammer. You know? The one with the hammer. So I think there's probably a lot of room, a lot of fun stuff that they could do with Thor. So I wanted to bring that up just because I found it to be so damn funny. What do you think, guys? More Thor? No more Thor? Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, and Quantumania are the trinity of trash. They really are. We can't have that shit going on anymore. We need better stuff going on. Okay, so here's a couple of different fun things that are going on with Marvel. First thing, apparently, the first and second episode length of Secret Invasion are out there. We've got episode 1 coming in at 52 minutes, 44 seconds. So like 53 minutes. That's probably with credits. And then we've got episode 2 coming in at 55 minutes. I think that's a W. And I'm excited for very long episodes. I think Secret Invasion is just 6 episodes, unless I'm mistaken. And that we need, like, a lot of atmosphere. I need to really be brought into that story, to that world, and to that drama. So I'm excited. That sounds like a W. That's right around the corner, by the way. And I'm really, really excited to, like, get into that show. Because I think it's going to be what we've been waiting for when it comes to Marvel and the Disney Plus shows. Like, and this will be a massive length between the 2 Disney Plus shows. The last Disney Plus show was She-Hulk. Do you know what I mean? So, like, the last Disney Plus show was the worst Disney Plus show. And they put a lot of distance in between She-Hulk and this show. And I think they wanted to sort of wash out that bad taste, but also, like, take their time and do something really great. Really, really great with the MCU stuff. So I'm excited for that, man. Right around the corner. Okay, a couple other things we want to talk about here. So there's a really interesting conversation going on out there, guys, about Across the Spider-Verse Part 2, or Beyond the Spider-Verse. And it looks like we probably won't be getting it next year. Okay? Which kind of sucks, because I think a lot of the conversation, coming out of Across the Spider-Verse was like, dude, 9 months until the next one. It still feels too long. I need it now. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know what I mean? Because the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was crazy, dude. The cliffhanger was crazy. But here's the problem. This is not the first thing hinting at it being delayed. So apparently, Haley Steinfeld says she hasn't recorded any lines for Beyond the Spider-Verse. She previously recorded for 4 years for Across the Spider-Verse. Oh no. That's not good. That's not good, okay? Let's see here. Okay, and then down here, Can We Get Some Toast was kind of hinting at some interesting stuff here. And it says here, Sony has dated Beyond the Spider-Verse to open March 29th, 2024, less than a year away, but the directors have no idea whether the film will actually make that release date. Instead, they're happy to bask in the stunning accomplishment of Across the Spider-Verse. We're all excited to at least get a breather for now. So that sucks. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're going to take another 4 years to record. As somebody pointed out in chat, it's probably mostly because of COVID and all that sort of stuff. But nonetheless, kind of a little bit of a bummer. This is a non-story in my opinion. Trev, dude, 90% of the time, I don't care about your opinions. I just don't. Like, this is a movie that came out last week, is breaking records. It's announced to be out in March, and now it looks like it's not. Your opinion is stupid as fuck. God, Trev. Holy shit. It's like a gene. It's like Trev has a gene. He can't help it. He's just got to spew out douchebaggery constantly. My God. Anyway, moving right along. The other thing that I want to talk about is El Muerto. Trev, any thoughts? Any thoughts? In fact, Trev, dude, I'm banning this motherfucker. I'm so sick of fucking Trev. Where's he at? Done. Banned forever. See you never, Trev. Okay, so El Muerto. This one's interesting. How excited are we for El Muerto, chat? On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for El Muerto? Oh, he's gone. Oh, no, he's gone. So, here's the thing about El Muerto. Maybe the stupidest idea ever by a studio. Horrible idea. I just don't understand it. Apparently, what's the dude's name? I'm blanking on the dude. Bad Bunny. So apparently this Bad Bunny guy is ridiculously famous, okay? And especially in certain places around the world, he's like a really, really big deal. I don't really know who he is. Most of you guys don't really know who he is. But regardless, he's apparently an incredible draw. And that's why I think they decided to go this way with the El Muerto movie. So this is really interesting because this guy here says this and El Muerto are going to play the will it make its current release date game. And Big Screen Leaks here, who is very reliable, also a douchebag. Based on what I'm hearing, El Muerto is playing the will it ever be made game. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. I think a rare W for Sony. To be completely honest with you guys, I think this would be a rare W for Sony. And it's like, look, man, they make Across the Spider-Verse. It's this freaking amazingly big hit, like genre defining, super big. It's huge. It's massive. They're getting all the accolades. They're getting all the money. They made a movie in Morbius that literally bombed twice. Like, it's so embarrassing that they literally allowed the internet to meme them into releasing it again so that it would bomb twice in theaters. Jared Leto is out there climbing hotel walls in front of people. It's like a black hole of badness, what happened with that film. Craven the animal rights activist, also obviously a huge question mark for people. Probably not going to be a very good movie. So maybe finally, Sony gets it. Maybe finally Sony is like, maybe we shouldn't do all this bullcrap and just focus on Spider-Man stuff. Maybe we should just like have Spider-Man in the movies. Thoughts, chat? Thoughts on that? I think it's a huge dub, man. I think it's a huge W. Oh, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. This is pretty interesting. I wonder if Mackie realized even just posting this would cause all that drama that it did. But we've got to post here. Let me see. I can pull up a better image of this. Boom. Boom. Original title, Captain America New World Order. New title, Captain America Brave New World. You know what's so weird about this too that I just noticed? New World is in both of these titles. That's kind of wild. That's kind of interesting. We did talk a little bit about this in the Nerdvengers chat yesterday. I'm curious if anybody had any more thoughts on it. But we knew that the movie was going to change its title. I had even heard things about like Gamma Wars or like World War Hulk or something really crazy like that. And instead we've got Brave New World. What do you make of that? What do you think, chat? New name is fine. A lot of people are pretty negative on the new name, to be honest with you. An ode to the book, maybe? I certainly think they're trying to evoke something from that book there, yeah. For sure. Does it matter? Don't be Trev! Yeah, I mean, look, I think it matters. I don't exactly know. So, to me, when they were first changing it, right, I was like, okay. So, New World Order is... In some circles, the idea or the phrase New World Order is a little bit problematic. And it's something like if it's like conspiratorial, right? And some people even say it's like anti-Semitic, right? Because it's like this idea of like that, you know, conspiracy being propagated or whatnot, right? So that's like maybe one possibility is they didn't like the connotations and some of that conversation. But the other thing, and this is actually really where my mind is at with this, is I think they want to change the perception of what this movie was going to be. Because, again, I think politically speaking, if you have a movie called New World Order and you have President Ross, Red Hulk as, you know, in charge of the country and doing all this super shady stuff, and you want to paint him as like completely villainous, and you have all of these people in the government that are trying to establish like the New World Order, you know, frankly, like, number one, that might be a little bit too close to home. Also, I think it could divide people on like some political shit, you know, where it's like, oh man, like, I don't want to just watch more shitting on, you know, conservatives and stuff like that. So I wonder if that's at all behind the new idea. I mean, Brave New World, I would argue kind of an apolitical look at like dystopian Big Brother type stuff. Kind of interesting. I wonder. But either way, that's your new movie. And also, it just looks sick, dude, that Harrison Ford seems to be having a lot of fun on set. I'm really excited to see the press tour with Harrison Ford, with Anthony Mackie. That shit's going to be dope, man. I'm excited to check that out. And I think that there's a couple other things. Let me see if there's anything else. And then I want to get into the Rebel Moon stuff. Oh, my God. I'm so excited about the Rebel Moon stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's all the official stuff. Now, I do want to tease one thing for you guys, and it's potentially something that I think they might talk about at San Diego Comic-Con. Okay? So, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen at San Diego Comic-Con. I think they're going to go really big, but I also think they might be a little bit... depending on what happens with the writer's strike, they might not be able to go as big as they want, right? I was talking to you guys a little bit about this in the Nerd Vengers chat yesterday. So one of the biggest rumors out there about Secret Wars and just about the multiverse in general, and this is something that I've really been keen on, is the idea of Secret Wars being split into two separate movies, and the idea that they will do an entire multiversal saga between those two films. Okay. And recently, Alex Perez talked about this on a podcast, and he basically came forward to say, yes, there were serious conversations about that and serious thoughts about doing an entire saga with several projects completely dedicated to the multiverse. And I think one of the reasons why is because the multiverse is such a big idea in concept for them. It's so big. And they have so many different ideas of stuff they want to put in there. Like, apparently, they're even thinking about taking, like, animated characters from across the Spider-Verse and placing them into Secret Wars in some way. And the scope of what I think they want to accomplish here is just so big. And I look at Deadpool 3 a little bit, and I'm like, man, like, Deadpool 3 is kind of having some of that fun a little bit early. It's like, we're not even at Secret Wars yet, but Deadpool 3 is going to get to have the Secret Wars level fun before we even get there. And I've got a feeling, and this is really based on more of like a gut feeling. It's more of just a notion. Okay. But that feeling is that Kevin Feige will announce at Comic-Con this summer that there's another part to Secret Wars and that the Battle World saga is coming, and maybe even announce some of those projects. Another reason that I think this would be so cool is, like, if you think about what is going on with Marvel right now and like what one of their main problems is and what they need to address as far as like getting the community and the fan base back on board, right? I think one of the things they need to do is, and this is like especially true if Jonathan Majors is being recast, which I think he probably is, they probably need to go back to the OG Avengers even sooner than they were planning on it. And so projects like the Nomad projects, or even depending on what's going on in Armor Wars, if that brings back Tony or a variant of Tony or something like that, I think it would be sick if they just talked about Battle World projects that would bring back not only OG Avengers and people from the old Marvel stuff, but also your Fox X-Men, your Fantastic Four, your Blades, your Daredevils, all these other Marvel projects. And I think just the tease of some stuff like that would be incredible. And I that's what I think we might be getting this summer at San Diego Comic-Con. So like, just like last year, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. But last year, right? No real indication, no real tease that we were going to get any Secret Wars announcements. Most people were like, nah, dude, like that shit's not going to happen or whatever. I put it on the thumbnail. I put the Secret Wars thing on the thumbnail, bro. And I was just feeling it. I remember waking up and being like, dude, fuck it, I'm going to do it. They might not even talk about it, but I just feel so hyped. I'm so excited for this. The possibilities are crazy. And then they did it. And I'm thinking right now that they're going to announce the Battle World Saga at San Diego Comic-Con this summer. I might even put it on the thumbnail. And we're 5 weeks away, dude. Next week it'll be 4 weeks. And the week after that it'll be 3. And 2 and 1. My God. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just talk about the Marvels, talk about Echo and things of that nature. We will have to see. Okay, moving right along. Let's get in to the Rebel Moon stuff. And there's one thing I want to... So I want to go through this article. This was done by... It's like seemingly done by Netflix or something, which is kind of interesting. But... Oh my God. The leaked post-credit scene for The Flash is out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about this. I want to talk about this crazy excerpt from the Rebel Moon interview, and then we'll go through like the characters and break down the different characters or whatnot. So this character right here is Donna Bay. And let's just read this here. It says, another member with an axe to grind actually wields 2 flaming swords. South Korean actor Donna Bay, okay, so that's the actress, plays Nemesis, a sword master who is partially mechanical. These swords are powered by gauntlets that she holds. The gauntlets are these ancient artifacts from her homeworld, and part of the rite of passage of being a warrior in her world is that you have to cut your arm off and then you put these kind of robot arms on. That allows you to wield these molten metal blades, Snyder says. And I wanted to bring that up for 2 reasons. Number one, that's metal as fuck. Like, holy shit, that is awesome. And I want to see more of like the lore and like the background and things of that nature. But it also potentially answers a big question that I've had. And that's like, what are the lightsabers? Now, this is speculation. We don't know for sure, right? But the thing to keep in mind is when Zach pitched this movie, he pitched this as Seven Samurai. It's a take on Seven Samurai, and it was originally going to be a Star Wars movie. And so essentially like the TLDR on that story would be like, there's this village, they keep getting raided, they go out to try to find all of these epic, awesome samurai to come defend the village, and that's the Seven Samurai. They end up all working together, and they save the village. So something like that is like perhaps in play here. And I kept wondering, like, okay, so originally in his pitch, obviously this was going to be lightsabers, right? This was going to be lightsabers. That's dope. Excited. But what is now the new version of that? Because with Zach taking this and instead of making it a Star Wars thing, making it its own IP on Netflix, I'm like, well, he has to have a Star Wars or a lightsaber. I wonder, man, is this the lightsaber, this molten lava blade type thing? And I cannot wait to see what that could actually look like in live action. So now I want to go through this article and just kind of break down the all the stuff when it comes to Rebel Moon, because I'm quite excited for Rebel Moon, man. Quite excited. And we'll see. We shall see how dope it will be, and if you guys will get more or less hyped, depending on what's in this article. Here's your first look at the heroes and villains of Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder's new science fiction epic is coming to Netflix on December 22nd. Zack Snyder is headed to another world, and you're invited along for the ride. The bombastic auteur's new movie, Rebel Moon, takes place in a far-flung corner of the galaxy where the peaceful moon colony, Zelt, is being forced to surrender their harvest to the military horde of the tyrannical mother world. Whoa, okay, so hang on. The peaceful moon colony of Velt is being forced to surrender their harvest to the military horde of the tyrannical mother world. So that's like the village that's being raided. Interesting. Desperate to protect her adopted homeworld and well aware of the ruthless brutality of the Imperium. And oh my goodness, I hope you're ready for some Warhammer references because they're coming. A mysterious young woman embarks on a high-stakes interstellar mission to gather warriors from around the galaxy who will help deliver them from evil. Inspired by the classic 1954 Akira Kurosawa film Seven Samurai, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon will be a two-part adventure beyond your wildest dreams, starring the cast of galactic adventures who are not to be messed with. So the biggest thing, too, is like it's a two-parter. Okay, so you're going to get like a really big first part and a really big second part as a part of the film. And they've got quite the fight ahead of them, with this fleet of soldiers traveling in a massive, deadly space cruiser called the King's Gaze. The ship's death-dealing commandant is Admiral Atticus Noble, played by Ed Skrein. Dude, Atticus Noble? What a fucking name! My God! My God, Atticus Noble? Is that not the coolest name you guys have ever talked about? Maverick Pilgrim, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. Bro, what is this? Like, wait, did you just stumble in to the stream? Did you, stupid name? Sean, can you do me a favor, bud? Can you go hang out with Trev? See ya. What a name. Wait a minute. You guys don't love the name? What the hell? Am I crazy? Am I taking crazy pills this morning? That name is awesome. Atticus Noble. Atticus Noble. Trev's not gone permanently, guys. Everybody relax. Maybe in a couple years we'll bring him back. Okay, so you see a ruthless, cold man who has chosen horror over morality for the directness of it. In a world where morality is waning, he has cast morality aside in the name of ambition. Damn! I like it, man. I like it. New Secret Invasion trailer? Okay, we'll watch that in a second. We'll watch that in a second. So, dude, yeah, definitely crazy. I like the design quite a bit. I love this material up here. I wonder if we're going to learn more about this, and I wonder how Warhammer it's going to be, because you'll see in a second here, like, I mean, dude, he's literally calling it the Imperium. There's literally a character named Belisarius. Like, if you know Warhammer lore, like, he's doing Warhammer lore, like, in a lot of different ways. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so really interesting character here. Cool-ass name. Read on for a guide about the heroes of Rebel Moon, and keep your eyes peeled for Snyder's epic Orbits Closer film hits Netflix this December. So here he is in action, walking around. Does he have a gun or something here? Kind of wild. And then these priest homies, really interesting here. Okay, so Admiral Atticus Noble, a nefarious Imperium enforcer. What to know? He recorded 2 EPs and an album as a rapper before pivoting to acting. I low-key thought that was about the character. Wouldn't that be wild? This dude cut a mixtape, and Zach really wants you to know about it. So what's the deal with Atticus Noble? Well, he cut a mixtape. It wasn't that great, so he decided, fascism was cool. So, yeah, interesting. Cool. Oh, dude, look, they give you the stuff to follow him on the tweeters and stuff. I'll follow him on the tweeter. I'll give him a follow on the tweeter. There you go. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so next up, Sophia. She plays someone named Cora, an Imperium deserter who leaves the peaceful Veld to fight back. So she's formerly a dancer who has channeled her background into grueling physical fight scenes. She's in Atomic Blonde, Kingsman, Mummy, Star Trek. Cool. So she's like more or less the main character here. And we've seen a lot of videos of her over the past couple of years working out. She's doing a lot of work. Looks to be in incredible shape. And yeah, we'll see. I think this is kind of like a debut for her as a star. And we'll see if she's got the chaps. You know what I mean? We'll see if we got the chops here. Charlie Hunnam, who I am a fan of. I like Charlie. I think Charlie good. He plays somebody named Kai, a mercenary pilot whose Tawa class freighter will prove invaluable to Korra's quest. So is this our like Han Solo of sorts, right? Kind of interesting. Not too much else told about that character. Interesting. Then you got this guy who plays somebody named Gunner, a Velt farmer who knows little of the galaxy outside of his small, quiet corner of the galaxy. That's kind of interesting. Okay. He played Daenerys Targaryen's squeeze, Daario Naharis on Game of Thrones. Was he the first one or the second one? Didn't they recast that guy? Okay. Interesting. Don't know too much about him. Cool. This guy, dude! I love this guy! Ever since Gladiator. I've always liked this guy. You know? Wait, there's an Ahsoka trailer? Are you guys lying to me right now? Are you guys lying to me right now? Is there an Ahsoka trailer? You guys kidding me? Wait, what? You guys playing with my heart right now? Let me see. Okay, so there is a little 28-second little teaser. But you know what? We gots to, man. We gots to check this out. Okay. Hang on. We're jumping around a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Here we go. Let's check this out.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
What is that artifacting?
It's time to begin again.
Ahsoka, original series.
Really? That's what we stopped everything for? There's no new footage. There's no nothing. Okay, anyway. So ever since Gladiator, man. Loved this guy. Excited to see him in the cast. I think it's going to be dope. So he is General Titus. Dude, again, the names are so fucking cool. General Titus, a hardened gladiator who once served the Imperium? Oh my god. Wait, is he the same guy from the Gladiator movie? Yo! Is he the same guy from the Gladiator movie? Yeah. He's been nominated. We know about this guy. He's been nominated, blah, blah, blah. He's in so many different things. It's freaking awesome that he's going to be in the cast. He's a hardened gladiator. He once served the Imperium, so he's no longer on the Imperium side either, man. That's cool. That's cool. I'm excited. All right, this dude. I don't know this guy. Staz Nair. Not sure who this dude is, but got good ab genetics, though. You know, damn. Tarak, a noble indentured servant who shares a bond with a flying creature called a Bennu. Bennu. That's crazy. Okay. So he's a indentured servant and he shares a bond with a flying creature. What? So he's riding the Bendu into battle. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm excited about that. Bond with a flying creature. Okay, interesting. Now, this character, man, this is really intriguing, right? So this is Nemesis, a cyborg sword master whose mechanical hands allow her to wield molten metal weapons. I want to see the molten metal weapons! I want to see the molten metal weapons! Oh, that's so cool. So she's been in a lot of different things, actually. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Pretty cool. Ray Fisher plays the character Darian Bloodaxe. Again, awesome name. The insurgent who has been harrying the Imperium with guerrilla attacks. Interesting. So he's like a rebel. His name's Darian Bloodaxe, and he's just been messing up the Imperium. So that's kind of interesting. So is this like our 7 here? Is this our 7 samurai? Interesting. And then we've got this character here, E. Duffy, Milius, a refugee who seeks justice for their home, a colony that has already fallen to the mother world. This is Duffy's first feature film. Apparently, this is a non-binary character, which I think in science fiction, especially like, you know, stories like this, actually makes a lot of sense to have like characters like that. But, you know, some people will get mad, stomp the floor, and say that it's woke. Okay, so right here is a scribe, one of the priests of the mother world's religion. They use human beings' bodies to record information. Dude, what? And I love, there's other images of this too, but I just love the design on these guys. Like the masks. Look at the skulls with like the thorns. They use human beings' bodies to record information. What the hell? That's pretty wild, man. So this is the hard Scrabble crew. So is this the 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe this is our 7 without the main guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, maybe it's just the 7 and this guy's kind of just like the captain of the ship or something. No, because the other guy's the captain, Charlie Hunnam. Maybe it's 8. You know, maybe he wanted to differentiate. Who knows? Oh yeah, and Anthony Hopkins, and we actually do have an image of him, at least from the design perspective of like what he'll be in the movie. But he plays Jimmy, an ancient robot knight that once defended a slain king, but has now faded into a more peaceful existence. Dude, what? An ancient robot knight that once defended a slain king. That's kind of cool. John White, how dare you? So yeah, I think that's just pretty cool, man. I'm genuinely really excited for Rebel Moon. I'm hyped that we finally got some details, some info drop. I want to see more of like the visual effects. I really like the aesthetic of this. I mean, these dudes look so creepy. Wait a minute. Is this how they're recording stuff? Look at, there's a model of like a human body here. Dude, what? So there's like a model of like a human body over here. And they're using the human body to like record information. Like, what? That's crazy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yeah. Cool. Very freaking cool. And we'll see how big it can get because they want to franchise it. You know what I mean? They've got a part 2. I think there might even be like an animated show coming out. They might want to do like comics and stuff like that. And they can't do it all of that unless there's like really interest there for it, right? But yeah. Dope, man. I know a lot of you guys like haven't. So I've been talking about Rebel Moon. Like, how long have I been talking about Rebel Moon? How long have I been saying that Rebel Moon could be the new Star Wars? And now we're like finally getting a look at it, man. It's hype. It's hype. I'm excited. A year or 2? Yeah, it's true. It's been a while. I sold you? Let's go! Rebel Tooth? What? 3 years at least? Yeah, man. So let me ask the question here. Let me ask the question, okay? And just be mindful of the way you answer this, because clearly I'm a little on edge today, and we're keeping it together. It's all good. We don't have to go crazy here. But what is your hype level for Rebel Moon out of 10? Put it into the chat. Put it into the chat. What's your hype level for Rebel Moon? Where you at? Watch those wrist rockets! Get him out of here! Coral. Ooh, there you go. See, I think all jokes aside, a lot of people are pretty intrigued by it. -2? Two of you went -2 right away. Golly. What are we rating? Our hype level for D&D out of 10? Ah! Oh my God. You freaking guys, man. You freaking guys, dude. Okay. What else should we talk about? Should we talk more about the aliens? Should we talk more about the aliens? Okay, I'm doing something real crazy. Never thought I would do it. Okay? But I just unbanned everybody. So freaking Trev should be back. But not only Trev, a lot of other people should hopefully be back as well. If you're curious, why not throw something into the chat, see if you're back. I'm just giving why. So some people are saying why, just to give the mods more work over the next couple of weeks. Aliens? Wow, wee wah. Non-human intelligence, not necessarily aliens. True, I think that's fair, but I mean also fucking aliens. Test. Dr. Long Monkey, how dare you? Ban him. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. The boys are back in town. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. FEIGE is the alien? Nah, fam. You're crazy. In FEIGE, we trust. You know what I mean? In FEIGE, we trust. Can I show you my Doom Saber Trio lightsaber, bro? Wait, what the hell is that? Josh, what have you done? Alea Sakura is alive again. They retcon her death in Revenge of the Sith. Oh, okay, that's nice. Have you all been seeing the thirst videos of Miguel O'Hara? No, I think Darth Princess, we might have slightly different algorithms on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, because I have not seen those fan cams. So, what are the odds that aliens are nice? I mean, I don't know how to even quantify that. Do you think aliens would think we're nice? Are we nice, Kendall? I don't know. Hopefully we can all just get along. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can all just get along. Imagine an alien invasion of Josh. Yeah, what if I am the alien and all the aliens are me? And it's like 1 million of Joshes. Like, invite us to picnic nice? Darth Pin says, drop links. Oh my god. We are the trailer park of the universe. Damn! Are we though? Alien thirst traps? Oh yeah, let's get some alien thirst traps going on. AI Josh, alien Josh, so many Joshes. Yo, real talk. What is scarier, AI or aliens? Like, what would be, they just announced Ahsoka for August 23rd. Let's go! August 23rd is going to be sick. By the way, happy birthday to Dave Filoni, the friggin' GOAT. Aliens, AI. So that's what's so crazy. Like, we're kind of split on this. Like, aliens and AI. It's wild, bro. I was abducted by aliens once, but I stuck things in their butts. Oh, that's probably why they're going to destroy us. Thanks a lot, Trin. Thanks a lot, Trin. The aliens' AI is the scariest. Interesting point. KK is the alien. We need AI to defeat the aliens. Damn, it's a good pitch, bro. I'm doing my part. I only fear zombies. Interesting. Interesting. Aliens with AI. Damn. New Ahsoka trailer dropped with Sabine wielding the green lightsaber in HQ. Look at the leaked Celebration trailer. Yeah, we saw it in the leaked Celebration trailer. Yeah, I've already seen it, but that is cool for sure. Aliens made themselves known to trash Lucasfilm too. Oh, God. Aliens have lasers in theory. That's true. They do probably have lasers, yeah. Can aliens cure stupidity? Probably not, bro. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Tagged you in it on the tweeters? Tagged me in what? Kathleen is the real ET. Whoa! Look at that saber. That's so cool, man. Is that mine? You gonna give it to me? I don't even like Doom, but damn, that's cool looking. Leon, that's real cool, bro. P.O. box, man. Send it to me. Let's go. Let's get it. Who's the best alien? Who is the best alien? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good. I have no idea. Let me ask you guys a question. We'll get into Q&A here in just a second, but I want to ask you guys a question. So I'm trying to figure out a day or a night where we can do a Warhammer stream where I just gush about Warhammer and go deep down the rabbit hole of Warhammer lore. I'm also working on Warhammer videos because I'm going to do my Warhammer channel. But what would be like a good day or night to do that? When would you guys want to go down the rabbit hole with me on Warhammer? Sunday morning? Thursday? Never, says Clip Runners. You don't say that. My wife sims for Sabine and Ahsoka. She can't wait for the show. Renee, it's going to be a great show, man. I'm really excited for it. Listening while I bake cakes tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. That could work. Never. Hey, you don't say that. How about Juneteenth 22? Nah, hey, you don't say that. Nothing under KK will be good. Yeah, don't ruin Thor's Day. So wait a minute. Are you guys saying tomorrow evening we should go deep on some Warhammer stuff? Let me think about it. And there might be some stuff that I'm forgetting that we were supposed to do tomorrow. So let me like double check that. But we might be able to do it tomorrow. That could be fun. I don't know what Warhammer really is, but Thursday works. Tell me everything. Oh, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you all of it. Okay, well, that could be fun, man. We could go down the rabbit hole and really, like, explore all of that. The problem is, though, it's going to take hours. Like, that's the thing is, like, it's going to take hours to explain it all. If you break it down from the beginning, I'd be down to listen. Okay, awesome, man. Yeah, no, we'll do something like that. I just wanted to do like an extra stream and make it dedicated to Fortnite and whatnot. I'll grab blinkers and popcorn. Hell yeah. That's why I said Sunday morning. Yeah, but Sunday, like, who else is going to look, for us, I get you, Carl, for us old guys, that might be perfect. But I don't know. These kids might be, they might not want to do it, you know? Can we get some visuals? Yeah, well, we're going to watch some other videos, and I'm going to get other visuals and stuff like that, too, for sure. Yeah. So, family time. Hear you. Josh, can we get some more of your dope dance moves from Monday Night's Nerd Theory? Wasn't that kind of fun? dancing as the show went off. Wasn't that kind of cool? Yeah. Warhammer lore is church. Maybe it'll be tomorrow night. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna keep that in mind. And tomorrow night might be the one. It would just be like a fun stream, man. Just to get in there and talk about some Warhammer. That'd be really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get into like the Q&A and whatnot. We'll get into all your questions and we'll hang out in the chat as well. But is there anything else that I missed? Is there any other crazy nerdy things that we should be talking about? I mean, I thought the Ahsoka trailer was like whatever. To me, that's not really worth getting hyped up about. But the show itself, dope. Getting the confirmed release date is fantastic. That's gonna be dope. So I'm really excited for that. Rebel Moon first look looks hella cool. I'm glad everybody's 10 out of 10 excited for that. That's great. Flash is probably booty cheeks. Actually, it's probably pretty good. It's just probably not the best ever. And like I said, I'll probably see that next week, and we'll talk about it next Friday. What else is going on, man? Secret Invasion trailer. Is there really a Secret Invasion trailer? Really, though? So another 30-second thing. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm just like, I'm not expecting much. A little 30-second teaser. I mean, I'll watch it.
That invasion is here, Rhodey. And we can't even tell who the invaders are.
This is a ticking time bomb. And it was you who lit the match.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
Well, Mama always said I was special.
Nick Fury in Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion, streaming June 21st, only on Disney+.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. It's cool. It's just, there's not much to, like...
That invasion is here, Rhodey. And we can't even tell who the invaders are.
June 21st. Okay, cool.
And it was you who lit the match.
I mean, that will be sick, dude. That's just a couple of weeks away. I am excited for that. I don't really think that trailer does much, though. I mean, it's not doing much for me. It's, you know, it's a continuation of the vibe and everything, but, like... I felt like the, when they did a couple of weeks back, they did, like, a featurette and had him actually, like, talking about it and whatnot. I felt like that was pretty dope and kind of gave you more of what it's all about. So, okay, let's get in to the Q and the A's, guys. Here we go. Victor Gamora, first in the day with a $5 holler, says, where's Josh? Did he get another cramp again? No cramp, but my calf literally still hurts from the cramp yesterday. Like, it still hurts. Josh Power, member for 5 months, says, watched Across the Spider-Verse last night with my normie friend, and when it said to be continued, he asked if it was a joke. Loving the streams as always. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Have you guys heard? Do you guys have normie friends? Do you hang out with people that are a little more normie? How was their reaction to the cliffhanger for Spider-Verse? Because I was like, nah, man, like, that makes sense to me. I thought there was going to be a cliffhanger. I am curious, though, if any normies had trouble with that, had any problems. Blood said it was a joke. Yeah, that's wild, huh? Normies were pissed. They liked it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Again, Grant Van Nostrand, welcome to the Nerd Adventures. Orange Grove 55 says, just got here. Where did you get that dope FEIGE shirt? So Expo City made this for me. Yeah. Thanks for the love, man. JJ Lamont gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate you, brother. Janes01 says, member stream got taken down. Had to fill the nerdy void with 40K lore videos. Wait a minute. The stream got taken down yesterday? No, it's up. It's up. Should be fine. Right? Am I crazy? It says it's fine. What? What? Yeah, it's up. It's up, man. You gotta check it out. Grant Van Nostrum with a very generous $20 holler says, hello there, Josh. I've been watching the channel for a while now, and I wanted to say thank you for everything you do. You've been a massive help in my life. I am in recovery from drug alcohol abuse, and today marks 6 months sober. I want to celebrate and give back to the creator who has had the biggest influence in my life and helps keep me going. You're an amazing human being and easily the best content creator on this platform. Keep up the hard work, broski, Nerd Adventures for life. Damn, Grant. Well, first of all, congratulations to you on what I'm sure has been a very difficult journey, but hopefully well worth it. I'm glad that you're in a better place and that you're feeling good. And hey, man, I'm just like some nerdy guy on the internet trying to talk about these things and have fun. And, you know, life can be really serious and dark and you know, and so what I try to do with the content here is just take a break from all that as much as we can and focus on the nerdy stuff and try to have a good time with it. So that's crazy, man. But congratulations to you, and I appreciate the support. Attila says, I finally got to watch Across the Spider-Verse yesterday, and it really is a masterpiece. I just wish my theater had better people in it. Thanks for all you do, Nerd Adventures for Life. It sucks that so many people are rude in the movie theater these days. It really, really is. You know? I had a really good theater for Across the Spider-Verse the first time. I'm hoping we have a good theater when we go to see The Flash. But a bad theater can really ruin shit for you, man. Oh, so frustrating. Kyle, member for 11 months, says, super hyped for the Warhammer channel. Everybody else is wrong, LOL. Would you ever set up a gaming table and maybe stream some tabletop games? I can see myself doing that maybe down the line, but not anytime soon. It's just like, look, YouTube and like doing YouTube and all these other things that I do, they really just take up a lot of time. Like I was working on videos yesterday and I had all this other stuff that I wanted to do, and then it was like 6 or 7 o'clock when I was done, and I was just like, Jesus, like it's just too much. So it takes a long time to do all of this. It's already going to be a lot of work just to do the channel. I'm probably just going to enjoy the hobby mostly, and then maybe someday stream some games or even stream games with somebody else. Like, you know, maybe I'll play a game with Angry Joe. Maybe we set up like a content creator 40K tournament or something someday. So yeah, there'd be some fun stuff there for sure. DAC with a generous 10 spot says, Flash is my favorite DC hero. Comes out the day before my birthday, but I'm still back and forth. I'm a Wally West fan and hate Ezra as Barry, but I feel obligated to see the movie. I don't know, man. Ooh, yeah, that's a tough one. So one of the things that's kind of weird about this film is that if you already don't like Ezra as Flash, you're getting a double dose of that shit. And they're sharing the screen together. So this reminds me of, I had a buddy, he's actually a manager of mine back in the day when I worked at a restaurant. And he hated Nick Cage. Absolutely hated Nick Cage, okay? I once tricked him into watching the movie Adaptation. And Adaptation, if you didn't know, stars Nick Cage, but he also plays his twin brother in the film. And so it's a double dose of Cage. And my buddy stormed out, got all mad at me, and it was really, really funny. But like, dude, yeah, if you don't like that and you get a double dose of it, it just might not be for you. And I'm really curious how that goes, because I'm not a fan of Ezra's Flash. Like, I don't like it's too goofy. Ironically, he is a little bit more like Wally West. But yeah, interesting. Click Clack says, best part about my B-Day poo, I get to spend it with you. Oh, happy birthday, Click Clack. I hope the poo went well. Happy birthday. Saj Production says, what do you dislike more, Obi-Wan or Quantum Mania? Obi-Wan. It's easy. Because Quantum Mania, although absolutely horrible, still doesn't hold as much weight for the overall Marvel fan experience as Kenobi does. Kenobi is disgraceful. It is disgraceful. And it's also should have been so damn cool. And they did all the stuff like bringing Hayden back, Ewan's back, and all this other stuff. For what Kenobi should have been and what it was, disgraceful. Kathy should be fired just for that. Like, even if, I'm going to be real with you guys, this is what, oh, I can't believe we live in this timeline. I can't believe we live in this timeline. I'm going to tell you this. If, let's say Kathy Kennedy hadn't have fucked up the sequel trilogy, even if the sequel trilogy was amazing, even if all the video games, all the novels, all the comics, everything that Star Wars had done would have been amazing. Let's just imagine a scenario in which everything, I'm talking everything that Kathy did under Star Wars was flawless and amazing. And then we got the Kenobi that we actually got. She should still be fired. She should still be fired, kicked out the fucking door. That's how bad Kenobi is. And the thing that's really crazy is that we got that Kenobi and she didn't even do a great job on all the rest of the stuff. It is unbelievable that this lady still has a job. Unbelievable. Thanks for that, Saj Productions. Cyber Coastal, member for 35 months? My God. Yeah, you said Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, and Quantum Mania, the trinity of trash. Yeah, I agree with you there, man. Horrible. Saj Production says, I'm in agreement with you about She-Hulk, but I see a lot of people constantly defending it online. Do you think Marvel views it as a negative or not? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Why do you think they haven't released a Disney Plus show since that show? You know? It was the first Marvel show to fall out of the top 10 of original shows. Yeah, no, they have to know how bad that show was. And as far as like the people defending it, like I think you'll probably always find somebody defending shit on social media. There's like the well actually guys, you know? So like you come out and say something, you know, pretty benign, pretty obvious, like She-Hulk was horrible. And you got a bunch of people that are like, well, actually, I enjoyed She-Hulk. I also went to an orphanage, and a bunch of hungry children were sustained by the entertainment of She-Hulk. Well, actually, when I fueled up my hybrid this morning, instead of electricity, I used the entertainment power of She-Hulk. You know what I mean? So you'll just get a lot of people like that. The well actually guys. But are you really getting a lot of Marvel fans actually defending She-Hulk? No. You're just getting the well actually guys. Okay? Thanks again, Saj. You're on fire today. Jim Caviezel's bird says, show some respect because I just won't quit. Look, Jim Caviezel's bird. I'm sure that's some kind of deep cut to Jim Caviezel, and I'm sure this comment makes sense in some context. I'm still not even convinced that Jim Caviezel is a real person. I have no reference for anything you just said. You can't even make memes about Jim Caviezel because he's so unrecognizable, so unknown, so non-existent. Holy shit. Moving right along. Benjamin says, have a protein shake on me with a 10 spot. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Saj says, Haley Steinfeld is low-key underrated as an actress. Hawkeye, Bumblebee, Pitch Perfect, Spider-Verse, more. She's grossed over $2 billion in the movies she started in, and she's an 11 out of 10. I like Haley a lot, man. I think Haley's really smart, really talented, really cute. I don't know that I would say she's like a phenomenal actress. I've never like seen her in something and been like, oh shit, like damn, like that's some Meryl Streep level shit. Like, no, I don't think so. But she's definitely adequate. Really good singer. So yeah, kudos. Haley's, you know, she's doing well. Obi776 says, I am a pleb and I am proud. Right on, brother. Appreciate you, man. Chippewa says, would have named it Symbol of Truth / Dark Liberty. Wait, what? What would you have named? Wait, what are we talking about there? I don't have the context. Do you think Brave New World will be good. The Disney Plus Falcon and the Winter Soldier show was lacking. Yeah, that show was horrible. Yes, I do think I personally got to tell you, I have very high hopes for Brave New World. I think Marvel needs to nail that. I know we've said this before. I know we've had discussions like this is a must win. You know, they got to do this. Oh, man, they really need to nail it here, right? But, yeah, I really do think that they need to nail Brave New World. If they don't nail Brave New World, they need to drastically change up the plan. Because Kang Dynasty is just not going to hit unless we, like, give a shit about Sam and we give a shit about the Earthbound heroes. Like, we need to give a shit about that. And I think they have a really good plan to get us to give a shit about it. So, yeah. You like Dark Liberty? Yeah, I like Dark Liberty too, but what's that about? Like, what are we talking about here? What's the what? I must be missing the context. Mab says, feels like a Star Wars Mad Libs. I'm still for it. Hell yeah, bro. Michael says, was Rebel Moon going to be a Star Wars project? Yes. So he pitched it as a Star Wars project. And Kathy Kennedy was like, this seems original, fresh, and fun, but you're a white man, Zach, get the fuck out of my office, and like kicked him out, and it was like really painful for Zach. So he was like, okay, I'll change it up a bit and make it something different. So that's what happened basically. Diamond Fig says, new Ahsoka trailer dropped with Sabine wielding the green lightsaber. HQ looked at the leaked Celebration trailer. Yeah, we watched it, man. Okay. Vito says, becoming a man is realizing we aren't really loved. We provide something and get love in return. Happy Men's Health Mental Month. Is that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeezy for Sheezy says, I've seen Across the Spider-Verse twice now. 11 out of 10. I think you said Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness greater than Across the Spider-Verse, but is that mostly because of the cameos? If you're looking at them as films, nostalgia, who wins? So I've went over this again, okay? Talking about Captain America, Dark Liberty. I gotta tell you, that is a fantastic title. Holy shit, Dark Liberty. Damn, Chibawese. Is it too late for them to change it? Wait, is my chat? Why did chat did we just get disconnected? What just happened? Dark Liberty. Man. Is it too late to change the title? Because that's pretty cool. Captain America, Dark Liberty. I like it. Okay, Yeezy for Sheezy. Let me just make this comparison. I've talked about this before, but I'll tell it for you guys. So, I would have to agree that the arc and the story for the characters in Across the Spider-Verse is genuinely better and better written than the arc for the characters in Multiverse of Madness. I can agree. I can also agree that Across the Spider-Verse is like at the peak of almost everything going on. Like basically what I mean is every factor that goes into a movie, the sound, the design, the art, the performance, the editing, the cut, the pacing, everything. It's like operating at this really peak level. So I can agree that in some ways Across the Spider-Verse is a better movie than Multiverse of Madness. I like Multiverse of Madness more. Number one, I have to say, a lot of people don't give Multiverse of Madness the credit that I think it deserves for truly being masterful. Some of you guys are going to be shocked and angry at me saying this, but I genuinely feel this way. Multiverse of Madness also operates at peak. There's so much going on from the visual perspective, from the pacing, the storytelling, the performances. I think it's one of the best Marvel movies ever made. Like, I'm that high on the movie, right? Also, for me, because of what Multiverse of Madness is accomplishing in a universe that I'm just way more invested in, aka the MCU, I feel more of an impact on the different things that are going on in that movie. Mostly the incursions in the 838 universe. It just like cracked open this whole place of like speculation and curiosity and fun for me as a Marvel fan. And also, Doctor Strange is just awesome. And so for me, yeah, I like Multiverse of Madness better. But Across the Spider-Verse is in that conversation. Like it is that good. It is very, very good. I've tried to tell like a lot of people that it's that good. I've tried to do my part as far as like getting the word out there, giving the movie its flowers. I truly think it's great. The difference though too is that I feel like a lot of people just know that and accept that for Across. So like people are like, yeah, no, it's that good. When it comes to Multiverse of Madness, it's like there's this weird like divide, and maybe it's just like some people really don't like Raimi. Maybe some people like couldn't get over the Wanda thing, or whatnot. But I'm telling you, I've watched that movie a lot, man. I've watched that movie a lot, and it is that good. Multiverse of Madness is a masterpiece, in my opinion. So there you go. DAC says, one of my best friends has been super into Warhammer since like 2005, and he let me borrow 2 books. The violence is effing great, and the lore is fire. Yeah. So, one of the videos I'm working on right now for the Warhammer channel is basically like, it's going to be the first video I do. And it's like, why do I like Warhammer better than Marvel and Star Wars? I've only been into Warhammer seriously for a little over a year now. But I can tell you, like, without any hesitation, without any lie, I legitimately like it better than Marvel, and I like it better than Star Wars. And so in that video, I need to explain why. Because, look, I literally make a living talking about Star Wars and Marvel. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars and Marvel. Lifetime fan of Star Wars and Marvel. So it's like, why do I like Warhammer more? Well, one of the reasons is what he's talking about. The violence and the like, it is a hardcore universe. The grim darkness of the 41st millennia. It is dark as they come. You know what I mean? And damn, like that, just the way that is used and the brutality of that is so interesting. I'll give you one example. Okay, so there's an alien race in Warhammer known as the Tau. Okay, and the Imperium first finds out about the Tau, and the Tau are like these blue skinned people that are basically just smashing rocks together, trying to figure out how to create fire. They're super primitive. The Imperium pays them absolutely no mind. The next time we encounter the Tau is like, I think it's like either 3,000 or 6,000 years later, and they have more advanced weaponry than the Imperium. They've got space travel, ships, all this crazy stuff, right? And within the lore of the Tau, they have a concept called the greater good. And the greater good is like their whole thing. And essentially, like, you're put into a category where they select what the best job is for you to fit into the greater good, and you do that forever. And you follow the greater good no matter what. So it's like the greater good is almost this like authoritarian way to make people, it's like forcing people to be good, okay? That is at the surface level, okay? You dig a little bit further and you realize that there are these people within the Tau Empire that are essentially forcing others to follow the greater good. And so what you realize is, and C-Dub, thanks so much, man, for the 5 gifted. Holy shit. What you realize is the Tau Empire claims to be the good guys. They claim to want to go after the greater good. But in all reality, they're actually all slaves to some kind of mind control, and they're all forced. So it's like, you at the surface level, you're like, okay, this is one of the best, races and groups in the entire Imperium, in the entire universe. Holy crap, the Tau are the good guys. And then you realize, oh, they're actually all just slaves to this group of elites that literally just mind controls them. And so, like, that's the darkness of 40K, where it's like every single thing in the lore, every aspect of it has this really dark edge to it. And it's like, oh boy, that's not what it seemed like at first. And I'm telling you, like, that's just one example. And it's just every single thing. You know, like, dude, I could tell you stories. And I will, maybe tomorrow night. If you want to scare yourself, look up IBM's quantum computer. It uses atoms to program. It's estimated to be 2 million times more powerful than our current CPUs once complete. 10 to 20 years out. Yeah, quantum computing is really interesting. I think a big question for people is like, what happens when AI and like large language models connect to quantum computing? Like, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Hey, you don't say that, John White. So, damn. That'll be really interesting to see where it goes from there. The Dark Knight, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Jamro says, I watched the Apple keynote Monday, and the Iger part made me feel like they are selling Lucasfilm to Apple. Oh, they're probably not selling Lucasfilm. They're probably selling Disney. And I talked about this a little bit on Monday, but like, here's the thing, okay? Here's what Apple has been doing as far as from a stock price perspective, a total market cap, market share perspective. Apple's been going like this. They're almost a $3 trillion company. In fact, I think they're worth more than Amazon at this point, and it shows like no signs of stopping. So like Apple, boom, through the roof. Here's what Disney's been doing. Disney, let's check. Where's the Disney stock price today? Let's check. Disney stock price. Wow, 92. Okay, so it's popped up a little bit. That's great. That's good for them. So I just want to show you this. I'll pull this up for you guys. Let's do this with Apple too, just to see. Why can't I? Okay. And actually, let's do 5 years. Let's do 5 years. Okay. So, dude, this is pretty wild to look at. This is Disney over the last 5 years, okay? And I think right around here was when, so this is 2022. Yeah, right around here was like when they were like, oh my fucking God, fire Bob Chapek in the middle of the Sunday and bring Bob Iger back. And you saw a nice rebound after that, right? Bringing Bob Iger back really did help. Oh, no, this was it. This was when they got rid of Bob. The first Bob and came back, okay? And you saw a bounce back. Okay, you saw a bounce back. And ever since that bounce back, we are almost back to levels where they panicked to get rid of Bob Chapek. And so, like, look at all this market value that's been wiped out. You know what I mean? Let's look at Apple. Let's look at Apple over the past 5 years. Okay, so look at this chart compared to the Disney chart. And I think you can see why, you know, Apple could potentially buy Disney. What I thought it was pretty wild that both Bob Iger and Kevin Feige were at the Apple conference. And I think the beginning of starting to integrate with Apple technology is likely a sign. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bob Iger has already spoken to Apple about a possible purchase. I mean, I legitimately think it could happen. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. But Disney is struggling, and Apple is dominating. Vandolph the Black says, how far do you think Zach is going with Rebel Moon? George made Star Wars a big part of his life. You think Zach will make this his magnum opus? That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I know he's put a ton into this. I suppose it depends on how successful the first movie is, because like that's like asking George didn't know what Star Wars was going to be, even though he claims he knew all the shit about it. He didn't know. So until Star Wars popped off, like I don't know that he thought it was his magnum opus. but now like he knows. So I don't know. I suppose if it's as popular as I think it could be, yeah, he'd double down, do a ton of content for it moving forward. That would be great. I appreciate the question, man. Jedi Joe says, hope you and the famo are doing well, man. Happy hump day. When's the Nerd Avenger meetup happening again? Spider-Verse was lit. Yeah, man. So we're doing the meetup at San Diego. We're doing the meetup at New York Comic-Con. I actually do think there is a meetup going on in July with the West Coast Nerd Avengers in California. You have to check with Jedi Mike about that. But yeah, so we're doing the meetup that Saturday evening in October during New York Comic Con. Should be really fun. And thanks for the love, man. The Nerdy One says, hey, Goat, how are you and the fam doing? Aw, man, we're doing well. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Tyler Robinson says, would you rather have a Dark Knight style Star Wars or the Boys style Star Wars? Neither. I want my Star Wars to feel like Star Wars. It's part of the reason why I don't like Andor. Like, let me explain. If you made Star Wars in the Dark Knight style and it was fantastic, I still wouldn't like it. If you made Star Wars in the Boys style and it was just so good, so well shot, so well acted, so well cut and put together, I still wouldn't like it. I don't want that. I want Star Wars. Star Wars has a very unique feel and a vibe already. Just give me the Star Wars feeling Star Wars. Saj says, never got the hate for Multiverse of Madness. I find many people's criticisms are just based on their own theories going in, not coming true. Not perfect. It's damn good. Yeah, it's really good, man. I think there's some people that don't like it for optics reasons. It's funny. The movie, like, really divided, like, some people. Like, there were some right-wing people that thought it was, like, woke, and it just focused on the women and made Strange look like a little bitch. There was a bunch of people on the left that thought it dehumanized Wanda and it treated all the women horribly in the movie and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, y'all got some weird perspectives. Like, how about just watch the movie for the movie? So there were definitely some people that felt that way. I think there were also people that thought Multiverse of Madness was going to be like Secret Wars. And so, yeah, there's maybe some people that were upset or divided on that. But, dude, the movie's so good, man. You guys are so crazy. Aiden says, seeing Spider-Verse tonight with 3 of my friends, and our showing is still empty, so it's gonna be fire. Dude, I love seeing movies with my homies. I do. It's super fun. Super fun. That's cool. Hope you have fun, man. Jack R says, missed out on loads of streams because of school, but it's summer now, so we back. No Adventures for life. Appreciate you, bro. And C-Dub, again, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Apple has $2 trillion in straight cash, homie. Cash. Yeah, they are absurdly liquid. And they're just killing it. Like, I don't know what else to say. They're absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. All right, guys, we're through the supers and whatnot. But why would Apple buy Disney? I think Apple probably looks at Disney and thinks all that IP, all of those parks, we could integrate that with our technology and mostly hardware ecosystem, and that would be huge. So, like, essentially, imagine all the Disney parks being on Apple devices, you know, so like whatever thing you do or whatever, however you sign up to do stuff, it's all Apple devices. Maybe even they sell a unique Disney Apple thing that integrates with it all, you know? They probably want to think about, like, if you look at what they just did with this goofy ass headset thing, one of the draws was that Disney Plus is going to be a day one app, and they also figured out how to integrate that within the technology to make it look really cool. So there's like AR or VR experiences that are Marvel branded that will come out and be of value to Apple. So I think from Apple's perspective, Disney is a very good buy for them. You know what I mean? Disney and Apple are already super integrated. They don't need to buy them for that. They don't necessarily need to buy them to integrate, but if they had full control, they wouldn't have to fight with Disney about the integrations. It would be their call. And I promise you that's valuable to the company. Also, Disney Plus is a really interesting thing because Apple's, obviously they have Apple TV and they've had like Ted Lasso, Severance. They've had some good shows, but they've never like broken in, right? But if they just killed Apple TV and merged with Disney Plus, they now have a really big streaming platform to push their own original content, et cetera, et cetera. And again, maybe there's a way to like tie that into the ecosystem, the Disney ecosystem. So Pixar is going back to Apple. Yeah, ironically, that probably would happen. Yeah. How are you enjoying Diablo 4 so far? Really considering buying the game at some point. I'm having a blast with Diablo 4. I think if you're a really hardcore gamer, there's a lot maybe that Diablo does that's not going to like really be awesome. But if you're a little bit more casual, I think Diablo 4 is like perfect. I think it's really great for people like me. I can still have all my fun. It's, you know, I can still feel like I'm building up this character. I'm progressing, but there's not like a massive crazy meta. It's not like I feel like I'm way behind or I feel like I don't know what to do, you know. It's pretty basic in some ways, but I think that's good. Bob Iger was on the Apple board up until a few years ago. Very close relationship. Wouldn't surprise me if he sells. Yeah, I think it might surprise some people, but anybody that like sort of follows the space would not be surprised. I mean, at this point, I feel like we've had so many rumors that Apple was considering buying Disney. During the pandemic, they almost bought Disney. So yeah, I think that's probably the way that it'll go. Did you buy the standard or deluxe editions of Diablo 4? Also, do you think you need to play older Diablo games before you play 4? No, you don't. Dude, there is no story in the Diablo games. This one actually has a story. You know what I mean? Like, this one actually has a story, and that's cool, but you don't need to watch the other ones. And I bought the super duper deluxe full-on crazy one because I wanted to play early, and I mean, they got me. What do you want me to say? They got me. They tricked me. Are the microtransactions that bad? I've seen a few people complaining about them. I haven't bought anything, and I don't really see why I would. I don't understand the micros. Like, I just got a bunch of legendaries when I was playing last night. So what am I doing? Why would I need microtransactions? I don't understand that. It's all cosmetic, right? I mean, I'm sure they probably suck, but I don't get it because I think it's all just cosmetic. I don't think there's any, like, pay to win. I hope it isn't the case that Apple buys Disney. Why? Do you think the title change is going to come with a tone vibe change as well? I still want the gritty Winter Soldier vibe. Oh, I think you're going to get that for sure. If anything, there may be, like, less overt, like, Red Hulk bad. I don't really know how to explain it, man. I think they might be making some changes, but I don't know if it's anything that you and I would really care about. I still think it's going to be vibing. Harrison and Mackie look good together. Yeah, that's a fun team. That's a fun pair, man. Tell me this isn't a Falcon and the Winter Soldier situation. Oh, it's way different than that. No. It's not going to be like that. Josh, we appreciate it when you go off on KK. It helps us all vent for her mess ups. We should make it a weekly occurrence. Oh, dude, trust me, we don't need to plan that. That comes free of charge. No mustache, Josh. They better put the mustache in there, dude. It is wild. This is how fucking crazy Harrison Ford is. This is how crazy Harrison Ford is. There's one distinguishing factor for Thunderbolt Ross. Just one. And it's his mustache. And Harrison Ford literally could not be bothered. Guys, one distinguishing factor. And literally Harrison Ford was just like, well, I don't know about this fucking mustache, Kevin. That's not happening. So, you gotta love him. We'll see how it all shakes out. It's kind of hilarious. Are they gonna CGI the mustache? I would hope. I sure hope they do. It's your character. Do it. Yeah, I would. I hope we get the mustache for sure. Do you think Kathleen may have a massive severance package in her contract, and that's why she hasn't been fired? No, no. I mean, I'm sure, dude. She's got to be one of the most paid. She's probably one of the highest paid executives in Hollywood. So no, I don't think that's why. Nothing can be worse than the Superman mustache. Yeah, the Superman mustache was pretty bad. Bro, the air quality here in New York today. Oh my God, don't be outside for too long. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. Yeah, Canada, frickin' Trev, and Theory. Just, what are they, just burning a bunch of leaves up in Canada? They're just burning a bunch of leaves and then they're... Oh, wildfire? Oh, okay, that's too bad. New Blue Beetle spot from yesterday got me hyped. Dude, Blue Beetle looks good. I think it's looked good for a while. Trump forestation theory. Yeah, dude, exactly. You gotta, what did he say? Like, he's like, if you rake the leaves or some shit like that. Yo, can I give you guys a totally random hot take? Are you guys prepared for a totally and completely random, super hot take? Are you ready? Okay. Trigger warning. Jenna Ortega looks 45 years old. I'm just going to say it. Jenna Ortega looks 45 years old. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I saw all these people being like, talking about how so I think she's like 23, and so many people were like shocked. They were like, dude, what? 23? I'm like, dude, she looks 45 to me. I'm not saying she's not attractive. She is attractive. But she looks 45 years old. She looks ancient to me. I shouldn't say ancient. It's like me in 10 years is 45, right? So Jenna Ortega is 20. She's only 20. Okay, well, she looks 25 years older than that. You must be drunk, Josh. I told you guys it was a hot take. I told you. I tried to get you to be prepared. I tried. I tried. If she's 45, then what are you, dog? I'm not saying I look... I mean, I'm certainly not saying that I look better than Jenna Ortega. But I'm just saying, every time I see her, every time I'm like, yo. And I've seen women like that before. That are like... They kind of look like... They're really old, but they're passing. They can pass for like 20. That's what she reminds me of. That's a hot take, bit. That doesn't take away from her hotness. True. This may be Josh's hottest take ever. Is this my hottest take ever? Did you say whammon? I have, I tell you, I have said whammon a couple of times. So, yeah. I have said whammon before, yeah. I love whammon. I mean, I think whammon are all right, you know. People smoke still? Yes, people smoke, yeah. A bunch of Jenna Ortega's fans got really mad because she smokes cigarettes, and I'm like, that's probably why she looks 45 years old. Anyway, moving right along. Oh! Maybe Josh just wants her to be 45? No, I'm cool with her to be right. Whatever. Yeah, she looks good. Brian Clark says, in 2 months, I want to hear that beach arrest story. Oh, okay. Remind me, Brian Clark, when you get into the Diamond Lounge, we'll talk about it then. Don't make fun of the Nick addicts. Whoa, smoking cigs? Yeah, she was smoking cigs, yeah. But she doesn't look 45. However, I've never seen her without makeup on. It has nothing to do with makeup. Jenny Ortega and Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, they're both whammon. Who thinks she's hot though? Oh, dude, no, I think Jenna Ortega is certainly hot. She's not really my type. You know what I mean? But I do think she's good looking for sure. Yeah. Need to quit smoking? DM me to do the work. What if I need to start smoking, Mike? Bra needs to get his glasses prescription updated. The fuck? What are we talking about now? Yo, Veed. Okay, I'm going to say something that I definitely shouldn't say. In fact, maybe I should just tell you this privately. Hang on, let me give me 1 second here. Give me just a second here. Should I say it? Should we talk about it? Is Elisa still in here? I might get in trouble for this one. Okay, here we go. So apparently, Veeds, this is in New York City. Just saying. You know. Did he already go? Yo, did he really? And some of the girls were men? Wait, what? What the fuck, bro? All right, we're going to talk about this offline. This is definitely... Yes, I went last week. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so this is something we're definitely going to have to talk about offline. We have officially crossed into territory that we cannot talk about publicly. So, appreciate y'all. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, why? Oh, God, why? Okay. Oh, well, there goes the battery. That's my cue. That's my cue. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh, man. That was a good one. That was pretty wild, I'll tell you. Dancing right on that line. Pretty wild. Hope you guys had fun. I had a good time. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the gifted memberships. Thanks for the new members. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Much love to you all. Make sure you open up that third eye and wash out your stinky butt. Ta-ta for now.